What if I told you there's a system orbiting Earth right now, 24 satellites, built at a cost of $12 billion, and your phone uses it, completely for free? No subscription, no fee, no catch. You use it every time you open Maps. Every time a delivery driver finds your door. Every time a plane lands safely in fog or a ship avoids a reef in the middle of the ocean. Welcome back to TimeTrail by Swayam. Today, we're uncovering the incredible story behind the GPS. It starts with a Soviet satellite, a plane that got shot out of the sky, and a Cold War secret that changed the world forever. The year is 1957. The Soviet Union just launched Sputnik, the first satellite ever to orbit Earth. Americans were terrified. If the Soviets could put a metal ball in space, what else could they put up there? But two scientists at Johns Hopkins University noticed something strange. As Sputnik passed overhead, its radio signal shifted. Higher as it approached. Lower as it moved away. You know this, it's the same reason an ambulance siren sounds different coming toward you versus driving away. It's called the Doppler effect. Here's what clicked for them. If you can track a satellite from the ground, you can flip it. Use the same satellite to track you from space. That one idea, born from listening to a Soviet satellite, planted the seed of GPS. In 1973, the US Department of Defense has a problem. The Army, Navy, and Air Force each have their own navigation systems. They don't talk to each other. Soldiers in the field can't coordinate. It's a mess. So they launch a top-secret project. The goal: one single navigation system. Working anywhere on Earth. Any weather, any time. The man put in charge is an Air Force engineer named Bradford Parkinson. He gathers 25 of the sharpest military engineers he can find and gives them one mission: build something the world has never seen. They call it Navstar. Later the world will call it GPS. The first experimental satellite launches in 1978. But here's the thing, it's military. Classified. Strictly off limits to ordinary people. That was the plan, anyway. September 1, 1983. Korean Airlines Flight 007, a Boeing 747 carrying 269 people, leaves Anchorage, Alaska bound for Seoul. Somewhere over the Pacific, the autopilot drifts. The plane unknowingly crosses into Soviet restricted airspace. Soviet radar picks it up. They think it's a spy plane. A Soviet interceptor fires 2 missiles. 269 people gone. Because of a navigation error. President Reagan goes on record 16 days later. He makes a promise: when GPS is ready, it will be open to the world for free. For civilian use, forever. Here's where most people get the story wrong though. Reagan didn't declassify GPS. Civilian use was already planned from the very beginning. What Reagan did was guarantee it, promise that the system would never be taken back. That guarantee convinced electronics companies to actually start building GPS receivers. Without that promise, the technology might have stayed military forever. GPS didn't flip on overnight. It took 2 more decades. 24 satellites had to be launched, one by one. The full constellation didn't become operational until 1993. And even then, there was a catch. The military kept the best accuracy for themselves. Civilian GPS was deliberately scrambled accurate to about 100 meters. Enough to find a city block. Not enough to find a front door. Then in 2000, President Clinton switched it off. The deliberate scrambling, called selective availability, was turned off overnight. Civilian GPS accuracy jumped from 100 meters to 15 meters instantly. Overnight, for free. The GPS receiver chip that cost $3,000 in 1989 dropped to $1.50. In a matter of years. And that's when everything exploded. Today, GPS doesn't just help you find coffee shops. It runs the global banking system because financial transactions depend on GPS timestamps accurate to nanoseconds. Power grids use it. Internet infrastructure uses it. Emergency services use it. 5 billion devices, all using a system built by the US military. That costs $12 billion to build. And costs $2 million every single day to maintain. But your cost? Zero. Here's the part that should stop you for a second. The United States government spends $2 million every single day keeping GPS running for the world. Not for military advantage. Not for profit. Just because they said they would. Every time you open maps, you're using $12 billion worth of engineering which was built in secret. Opened because of a tragedy. Maintained at enormous cost and given to you for free. Here's what I want to know: should GPS stay free? Or should the US government charge the rest of the world for using it? Think about it. Drop your answer below. And if you enjoy finding the hidden stories behind the things you use every day, hit the like button, share this video with a curious friend and subscribe to TimeTrail. You already know we go deep. New story dropping very soon, see you then.